I'm just going to go ahead and get everything ready for myself. Officially welcome. This is a mindset masterclass, a mindset makeover for high ticket offers. We're going to be talking about the 3 most dangerous limiting beliefs that are preventing you from breaking through your income ceiling. So get ready for quite a ride. I am really excited and I'm honored that you are here devoting your time to this extremely important topic. And so to pre-frame what's going to happen today, what's going to happen is that I am going to walk you through the 3 most dangerous limiting beliefs that are preventing you from breaking through your income ceiling, right? And charging high ticket offers. We're going to take a look at what they are, how they're playing out, why you have them. And then we're going to talk about what are the opposite beliefs to do that, right? What are the opposite ways? What are the positive beliefs to create and to have in order for you to go ahead and either raise your prices or double, triple them, or create a high ticket offer with a high ticket prices, right? And why am I going to do it? Because right now I'm assuming that all of you would like to achieve your income and influence potential, and you wouldn't be here if you already achieved it. Yes? Yes. And if you're not reaching your desired income goals while doing all the right things in the business, so this is key. If you're not achieving your income goals while you're doing all the right things in your business, I guarantee you that you're driven by some kind of limiting beliefs about money, visibility, or your intrinsic value or worth, sometimes even existence. So these are core deep things. So pre-framing this call, what I'm going to say I'm going to do is first, we're going to start talking about a little bit about my story, so I can tell you why we're doing this. Why am I doing this particular journey with this particular webinar, and what kind of qualifications I have to talk about this. So why am I even talking about the beliefs in the first place? That's one. Number two, I'm going to take you through the first massive core limiting beliefs that I see everywhere with my clients and people who come and have breakthrough sessions with me, people who talk to me different events. So this is the most common one that holds people back. Then I'm going to take 15 minutes and I'm going to talk about the program that we're running right now that handles this, that takes care of the high ticket offers, teaches you how to do it, how to create, how to sell them, how to market them, and of course, takes care of the belief side, right? So I'll take 15 minutes of your time. I'll talk about that program and I'll explain to you all about this. And then I'm going to take the rest of the time to walk you through the second limiting belief and through the third limiting belief, right? Core stuff, teaching you again, why you're having them, how they're showing up and showing off in your business, in which way, how to recognize them, right? How to understand why you have them in the first place. And then what do you actually do? How do you switch that thing, right? So we'll walk through this as well. Okay. So my intention for today's masterclass is to help you adopt a very powerful mindset that does not limit you, create a deep desire for empowered action, and help you align your inner game with your outer game so that you can create, you can offer, and you can sell your high ticket program with confidence and ease and break through your income and impact ceiling. Okay. Let's begin. Okay, so when your belief system is aligned with your outer game, what do I mean by that? When your belief system, your subconscious mind is aligned with what the action steps that you're taking outside, you become a masterful attractor, okay? You attract your most desirable clients. What are the most desirable clients? Clients who appreciate you, who will do the work, key, who will get results and pay you without a hint of a doubt exactly what you're asking. These are ideal clients. When your belief system is aligned, when it's positive, when your subconscious is positive, making money consistently becomes easy. So if you've ever heard of the stories when like, I'm not really doing anything, I'm just having fun, or I'm doing the things that I love, or I travel, or this, and clients just come my way. Like, I'm sure you've heard people say that, right? So thinking about your 10K months, 50K months, 100K months, whatever that is, even if right now it seems absolutely unachievable. So these income months, consistently only doing what you love and serving human beings that light your soul on fire. Is it possible? It is. It's not a push mode. It's a flow mode that feels absolutely amazing. It feels relaxed, and it feels lighthearted. It feels like you don't need to put a lot of work or struggle or sacrifice to achieve these results. That's what we're talking about, right? And when your belief system is aligned, commanding the high ticket prices with confidence feels natural and easy. I like to say, right, oh, my program is $10,000. Pass the salt, please. My program is $100,000. Pass the salt, please. Is easy, right? Naming your prices, talking about your prices becomes easy. It's not something of a, oh my God, you don't have any thoughts about what's going to happen. What will people think, right? It's just easy. Coaching on objections, if they even come up on sales calls, feel natural and easy. It's actually becoming the fun part. That part becomes the fun part because you inspire and empower your client to take action, right? And it doesn't feel anxious. It doesn't definitely feel fearful, and it doesn't feel doubtful, right? Now, a side note, a high ticket offer is a package of services that is aligned with your values. This is important. If you want to write this down, write this down. This is what we teach in the program that I'll be talking about later on. So a high ticket offer is not just any offer. It is a package of services that is aligned with your values that delivers a highly desirable outcome in the most desirable way possible to your absolute dream client. It is a package that solves $1 million problem for your client, a problem that keeps them up at night, a package with a result wanted so much it's like catnip to cats. Okay? Now, why would you even want to consider having a high ticket offer? Because it allows you to simultaneously be doing the best work that you can bring. Fulfillment. Does that word resonate? Fulfillment. Simultaneously be doing the best work with the best clients while having enough income to support your lifestyle, your own growth, polish your skills as a professional. It allows you to have enough time to devote to world-changing activities like writing a book, speaking on stages, volunteering, while not taking the time away from your family or yourself. Now, let me share just a little bit about my own story so that you can understand where I'm coming from with all this information. Like, who the hell is Lilia to talk about this? Why is she talking about the high ticket offers? Why is she talking about the beliefs? Just a little short story if you don't know who I am and why I do the things that I do. So as of right now, I run a multiple six-figure business that I built over the past 10 months, purely on high ticket offers with no paid marketing at all. Nobody taught me about high ticket offers. I didn't go specifically and learn about high ticket offers or anything like that. It was just how I run my business. I didn't have any mailing list. So my mailing list back then was about like 143 people or something like this. Small social media presence without running any live events, hosting any talks. I only do 2 small workshops, getting any referrals, or even being on podcasts or anything like that. I built it purely from the network that I've already had, and I wasn't even clear on my niche or marketing message till the end of March. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That was 7 months ago, right? I went from charging $2,000 in the beginning of my career, back when I was a health coach in 2016, to just announcing charging $250,000 to work with me one-on-one. I closed $40,000 offers over text messages twice, 2 days after I quadrupled my prices and announced it. So 2 days after I said it's $40,000, 2 days later, I signed up 2 $40,000 clients via text message, okay? I now run a group, a $15,000 mastermind group, launching a $25,000 3-month mastermind experience, and that is pretty much all I have, right? Just to give you perspective, last year, my business made $37,000 in revenue. In the entire 2018, $37,000 in revenue. And we're planning to close out a year in about 300,000, if not more. This is over 10 times the revenue. 10 times the revenue. And it wasn't like a magic bullet or something that was like, oh my God, I won the lottery. I did something that was unexpected, something that was, I don't know, magical one thing type of a thing. No, okay? So if you have yet to consider having a high ticket offer, if you're still thinking, if you're still doubtful, I just hope that these numbers convinced you, because I did not coach a lot of clients last year or this year. right? But of course, I didn't start out this way, and I definitely did not have the belief system to support such a growth from the very start. I began the business in 2016, or somewhat of a business in 2016. So for those of you who don't know me, I was born and raised in Russia, so I'm Russian originally. And I migrated to the United States at the age of 18 alone. I had $2,000 in my pocket. And for those of you who know New York City, if you've ever known New York City, you can't really stretch it that much. $2,000 is really nothing, but I did anyways. And let's just say that during the first 18 years of my life while in Russia, my family lived in lack or true poverty. There was never enough of anything, not enough of anything. All rich people were evil. Good people were labeled good depending on how hard and how much they worked, right? So to give you a vivid example of what my childhood was, or what belief system I developed, I remember there's one time when we were sitting in a classroom in second grade. I think I was about 8 years old, or back then, or something like this. It was really, really dark. So if you remember like a classroom, very, very dark classroom, because school back then started at 7 a.m. It was late November also. So I was sitting, looking through the window, seeing all this darkness, almost like nightfall, feeling really sleepy, hot, because the heat system was on. And so one of the girls in class, who was called to the front to resolve a math problem, had her fingernails polished in like this bright pink color. It was really pretty. And our teacher, she was an old, heavy, bitter Soviet Union lady. She had this henna-dyed orange hair that was dried out from the chemical curling she's used over decades. So as the girl comes to the front, I guess she saw a glimpse in her head. She snatched her hand harshly, just kind of grabbed her harshly, and announced to all the 30 pupils in the classroom that this girl was lazy. So she stood her right next to her, grabbed her hand, and announced to everyone that she was lazy. She was a dahlia, loafer, and idler. And all of that just because of her nail polish, right? Because if she wasn't a loafer or she wasn't lazy, her hands, her fingernails would have had marks of dirt or hard work on it. And back then, in that classroom, all 30 of us just got a huge belief imprinted. That's how you determined a really good person from a pointless, egoistic, selfish person. So you can smell and feel and taste the guilt, the shame, the self-blame, the self-judgment that was hanging like a cloud in the classroom. And I vividly remember hiding my hands under the desk, although my fingernails did not have any nail polish on them. So to no surprise, I've developed a really, really firm belief that I had to work really hard. I had to struggle. I had to sacrifice because I wanted to be a good person, right? And then, of course, throughout my normal life, I needed to do that, to work hard, to struggle, to sacrifice, to help my parents, because they never had enough of anything. So even though I created a lot of success and accomplishments, right? So the syndrome of the A student, the high achiever, the overachiever, right? What happens with people like me in life is that I created a lot of success and accomplishment in school, university, work, business. I worked tirelessly to achieve results. Sick, doesn't matter. Tired, you'll get rest in your grave. Like I actually said it to myself. Someone else is doing better, more than I am, I'll triple down my commitments. I'll work extra hard. I was a masterful high achiever, and it worked. It worked. And so I brought that self-belief to entrepreneurship as well when I became a coach. That's why for the first 2 years, I wasn't really making much money. And I'm going to do it all by myself, the hardest way possible, because that was the only way I knew how to do things. Need clients? Right. How about 12-hour straight working days to find them? Need to learn something new? You can figure things out, Lily. Tired? It doesn't matter. You've got to show up for people. You've got to show up for people. So things like asking for support in a way of coaching, hiring a professional, it was a no-no. I had already paid for one program and then I paid for another program. So they must provide the results. And if they don't, it's all my fault. It didn't work. I didn't work hard enough to get there. Something was wrong with me, not the program, not the people, not the strategy, not the system, not the belief system that was developed within me. Something was wrong with me. I was wrong, right? And funny enough, when I was getting desperate, I would invest in support that would not take me anywhere. I would invest in things like website development. Let me take some business cards. Let me do some photo shoots. Let me do some business coaching. I've invested in all, I think 8 business programs altogether. So it would not take me anywhere, which just results in complete loss of money. So getting into more debt. Yeah. Meantime, not only I was losing money because I was investing in all of that, I was also losing business opportunities. So I want you to hear me out. Really, this is really important. I was losing out business opportunities because of my limiting self-belief of something is wrong with me and I have to work hard. Here's an example. Remember when I said I made $37,000 last year? I spent 38. So I was literally losing business and losing money because number one, I believed that I had to do it the hard way because otherwise, like that henna dyed hair teacher said, I would be an idler, an egoistic, a bad society person, and I would never belong. Number two, I did not consider myself worthy enough of getting all the support that I needed and my business needed because I was living in a money scarcity belief. See if that's familiar. There's simply not enough for all my needs. So and for my family needs. So if I spend now, what terrible thing might happen to me later? And what would people say? How could I possibly do that to my family and to myself? And number three, I could not comprehend how someone would pay me $12,000 for 90 days of work or $40,000 for a year of work. Or who would pay me $40,000 period, right? Back then, $3,000 sounded like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? So last year, I spent more than I made, and I can live with that. That's okay. Business investment, that's okay. But that's not calculating all the business opportunity losses for a year. Just let that sink in for a moment. Let that sink in for a moment. Having a different set of self-beliefs could have saved me sleepless nights, almost getting a divorce twice, borderline depression, never-ending thoughts that I know, my God, I know I can do more. I know I can do better. I know I'm destined for more. I know I'm capable, but I'm just stuck. Like I'm stuck. So I felt like I was in a glass box. Everyone from the outside tells me how amazing and successful I can be and that I will be, and I just couldn't break through. I would do every single thing that my business coaches or business trainings would tell me, and I just wouldn't get the results. So I could have made my multiple 6 figures last year and then be on my way to maybe closing high multiple 6-figure or 7 figures this year while enjoying my life. But my programming, my patterning, my beliefs mindset did not allow me to ever even see those opportunities coming my way, blind. And I was not going to pay for one-on-one coach or a business coach. I was going to do the programs, the easy stuff, right? Invest something that was comfortable. So I can just, okay, I'm going to give the money because I need to learn the strategy. So I did this 4 times before I actually said, okay, well, feels like enough is enough. So I believed that with the information I was giving, so this is also very important, with the information I was given, with the knowledge I already had, I should have already gotten the results I really wanted. So if I'm not, guess whose fault is it? It's my fault. And if it's my fault, I have to fix it. I have to learn how to show up and actually get results. It never even occurred to me that coaches don't really give results. They just help you to become the person you want to become. So now, based on all of the costly mistakes that I've done, I get support in every area of my life that I'm willing to change. A business coach, a one-on-one beliefs coach, a transformational coach, a health coach, I buy other people's programs. I go to retreats. I go to events. I go to conferences. I travel. I went to 8 different conferences this year, 2019. Not conference, retreats, I'm sorry. And as a result, it no longer means that I have to work hard or to do everything on my own. In fact, I am hiring another transformational coach right now to make sure that I go through another set of limitations that makes me go into the hustle mode again and again, right? One of the biggest and most important sayings that I've heard lately is the era of a hero is over. I don't have to figure out everything myself. I don't have to be extra special and prove to everyone that I'm extra special. I ask for support. I don't have to carry the burden of responsibility for my parents and their choices on life and how their lives worked out, or my husband, or my clients. I no longer have to work more and do the things I don't know or I don't like in business because I have support, experts who know how to do things. Because I've developed friendships through the high-level mastermind I attend and I'm a part of. And then through that friendship, I can ask for support of people. I don't do the things that I don't like to do in business. And because I've worked nonstop for the past 3 years on my limiting beliefs, and because I choose to continuously do that, I continue to do so. So the mindset of getting support from the best people in the industries, while always religiously working on my belief system and making sure that I'm only taking away what truly serves me and do what I love, has been key to my success. So the multiple 6 figures in 10 months didn't just magically happen or fell down from the sky. It took me 3 years. This is important. It took me 3 years unwrapping, reverting the generational patterns of struggle in my family in order to get to a place where I feel safe and secure investing in my money. There's trust that this is the thing that needs to happen. I feel trust when I invest my money, where I feel worthy investing my energy, my time, and money into myself, where I feel in alignment, asking for a high ticket price. One of my clients asked me, how do you feel asking so much money to work with you one-on-one? I said, I feel great. I feel in alignment, right? Because the only investment that will pay off massive dividends is the investment in your brain, in your subconscious brain. The investment in your belief system, because you cannot escape that system. This is important. Your subconscious brain, your belief system, goes with you on vacation. It moves with you to a different country. It drags along from one business training to another business training. It's there when you go to sleep, and it's still there when you wake up, right? So when I talk about this emotional freedom and empowered when you take action steps and you live your life how you want to, it's this work, it's your subconscious brain. So here's an example. How is it so easy for us to spend thousands on paying for services to develop business, right? So I'm going to go and I'm going to invest, I'm going to spend all this money to learn the Facebook ads or the strategy or how to write my program, right? But it's so difficult and scary to invest in changing the way we think, feel, and act for the rest of our lives. So the only answer that I have is that somehow business is worthier than you. Think about that. We're ready to dive in and throw the money in or not throw the money in. Either or, it seems like that is more important, worthier than you, right? And now let's bring it back to the high ticket offer, and I'm going to tie this all up neatly and nicely for you. So I knew that if I wanted to build a long-lasting business that I would actually enjoy, because I did not want to create a business where I'm there 24/7, I'd have to completely change my mindset. That was just it. And I also have an acute sense of honesty and integrity with my people. So I felt like I was lying to people, trying to help them while my own life sucked. Like how, you know, it's one of those things when you're just out of integrity with yourselves. So we can only take our clients as far as we're willing to go. And back then I wasn't going very far away. So when I finally surrendered, when I said, okay, fine, now that's it. I started shifting my own mindset, doing the things that I loved, hiring support, hiring help. I started raising my prices gradually, you know, 3,000 to 5,000 to 7,000 to 8,000 to 10,000 to 40,000. That happened after transformational retreat, right? I started raising my prices, rolling clients to my high ticket offers, and people were saying yes. This move changed my business, changed my income, changed my entire life to a point that I said, great, what is the biggest impact I'm here to create now? That is what I'm going to be talking about today. A lot of amazing things happened in my business and in my life as a result of letting go of limiting beliefs of struggle, of hard work, of unworthiness, of not enough, charging high ticket prices, and adapting those high level mindset that I'm going to teach you today. Easy, right? Raising my prices consistently, choosing high ticket offers as my business strategy allowed me to step into freedom. If you're driven by freedom, this is for you. Emotional freedom, because I feel safe and trusting around money, and because I have enough emotional stamina to act when business outcomes change. Location, because I've traveled to more places in the past 10 months than I had in my entire previous life, 29 years of it. Time freedom, because I don't have to deal with a ton of clients and a ton of their stuff and a ton of support and a ton of all the rest of the things that business requires. When you have a lot of clients, you don't sleep. Financial, because I paid off all of my debt, invested in my support, allow myself all the things I wanted, and still have money in the bank. You'll still hear stories where 7-figure entrepreneurs would have a 7-figure launch and they will have zero profit. Shit like this happens. You work, you have the launch, and you make no money. It happens all the time in coaching business. It's just people don't really talk about it unless you're in the circles and you hear the story. So I hope that just that story, I know for a fact a very famous coach, a multi-million-dollar coach who just had a massive launch and made zero money. I don't want you to do that. I don't want myself to do that. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to put all the effort in so that you can just break even if you are on the 7-figure seven-figure revenue. So her revenue was 7 figures, but she broke even because she spent all of that beforehand. We definitely don't want that, okay? So stepping into my own goodness, into intrinsic high value, made me create the kind of impact on clients that I also knew deep down I could create. I also knew I had a huge potential, that there's like this big, grand version of me that can conquer this world. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but you just know it. You know you're meant for big things. You just know it inside of you. Then you doubt it, but you know it. I would dream and fantasize about the fame, the impact, the influence, and then snapping back to the reality of how hard it's going to be to get there, because I simply didn't believe otherwise. It's like, I want all these things, but oh my God, all the things you need to do it to get there. I don't think so, right? And here's why. When we doubt whether we're enough, it's easier not to act. Because if you do act and things don't work out, then you would have proven to yourself that you are, in fact, not enough. Truth bomb. When we doubt whether we're enough, it's easier not to act, because if you do act and things don't work out, then you would have proven to yourself that, in fact, you're not enough. That is unbearable for our mind to handle. Unbearable. It's better to hope that you're enough, but not act, so that you don't disappoint yourself. Right? That's big. So going back to me, now I get to teach the best clients all over the world. I have clients in Europe, clients in Australia, clients all over the US, right? I see them create success. I see them let go of the beliefs, of the limitations, of the obstacles that they no longer need, and launch forward and have those quantum leaps. They're really fast. And I also let go of those clients who I don't like, or I get to choose to even have a conversation with them or not. So we had breakthrough sessions scheduled for this program that I'll talk about a bit later, that we said no. We said about 40% of those applications I said no to, because it wasn't a good fit. It's good to be in a place like that where you get to choose, right? I get to hear things like, you have changed my entire life and I'm most grateful to God for you. Hard to accept those words, kind of like, wow, but I've heard this, right? And it's so gratifying to stand in value of what I'm offering while living my life on my own terms. And if I need help, I can stop and I can get help. If I want to travel, I can sit down and book the ticket and I can go travel. It's really liberating and it's very gratifying. Why? Because I've worked on my beliefs and because I continue working on my beliefs, not cognitive work, the deep transformational work. And because I sell high ticket offers. It's easy. And you create the change for your client, the true change for your client, because you bring the best of you to the table, the best of you. So they get the best of you. They create enormous results, amazing results. You have your free time, your time freedom, your emotional freedom, your financial freedom, your location freedom, should you want to. So it's a win-win. So this jump to high ticket offers, whether through raising prices, changing your business model, or simply adding a high ticket offer to your existing packages and then selling it to your dream clients, is possible for you too. So that you can move from underselling and under earning to have your freedom, to have your business, the business that you actually love, and then have a true impact. When it's not like, it's not like clients who come to me and they say, I've been to 5 different business trainings and nothing did for me, right? Because there's so many mediocre stuff out there. Let's not be mediocre. Let's be big. Let's be grand. And here's to wrap up, just to put a bow on top of it. If it was possible for me, a Russian immigrant who came out from a poor family, who had to fight and struggle just to survive. We're not even talking about thriving or living okay just to survive. It is absolutely possible for every single one of you, without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. How? Beliefs work, point blank. So I want you to sit down and think that your journey starts here right now. Like it starts right here, right now, not tomorrow, not 6 months. It starts right here, right now. You in here, in this moment, like within this webinar for a reason. Okay? So breathe in, close your eyes, and let's begin. We're going to start shifting today. Okay. Mindset shift, number 1. We're moving from a limiting belief that sounds like this. I doubt whether it's going to work out for me. So I doubt whether it's going to work out for me, aka you're giving your power of creation away. Believing that life and circumstances happen to you, not for you, and not through you. To a mindset shift that you get to decide what results you are going to have or not to have. The universe always works in your favor when it reflects your beliefs. It always works in your favor and it does not work against you. It conspires to deliver what you truly believe you can have. So moving from a fear and doubt, I doubt whether it's going to work out for me, to confidence and congruency. Okay? So you might want to take a pen and paper and start writing it down. How does this look like? How does this limiting belief, I doubt whether it's going to work out for me. I doubt that the high ticket was going to work out for me. I doubt that this business is going to work out for me. I doubt that if I raise my price, it's going to work out for me. How does it look like? It looks like this. This is what clients told me. Oh, hell no. I can't raise my prices. You, Lily, can. I cannot. This is not working for me. I've tried. What you do is great, right? So you go and do that. I won't do that. Or, right, when I say, hey, your services is so amazing. Why are you charging $2,000, not 10? And then I get this bewildered face. It's like, you can't even comprehend, right? So what you do when it's this, you go and you work hard or you work a lot because you don't believe that it's going to work out for you. So you go and work hard, right? Or a lot. That's how it shows up. Why are you in this place? I'm going to say something that you're not going to like, but you're going to have to listen. You're in this place because you're being called to stop being so egocentric, needy, or controlling. You think you're providing a service. You think you're providing a service, changing lives, but in fact, you're being needy. It is not up to you to decide how much people are willing to pay. Your job, my job, your job is to create, to get out there, get it heard, get it seen, what you created, and then let people decide to take action. But you worry that if you decide to raise a price and then say it over the phone, the client will think, well, who the fuck she thinks she is? Who does she think she is? She just had her price at this point. Who does she think she is to be charging that? And you perceive that they'll see you as a fraud or as a selfish bitch. Because how can you possibly charge this much? What have you done to deserve it? You're not the guru or the expert. Sorry. Well, you're not that coach who's done that thing who can't charge that, but you cannot. So no. So you may want to raise prices, but the horror scenario is keeping you back. So this is a place where you can type up in the comments in the chat and let me know if that's resonating or not. So I'll take a sip of water. Right? So what do you do now? What do I do? Because I've heard this so many times, right? Even if we don't think about it right away, but on the back side, on the back of our brain, we go, yeah, what if I'm on the phone and I'm going to tell my client this new price? I know that I can get them on this price because I've sold this price before. I know that I can get them on this price. What if I name this price and they will say no? Then I'm going to lose this sale. What are they going to think about me? What if they're going to start screaming at me or yelling at me and telling what are you crazy charging this much? What do you do for this price? We're scared. We're scared. And so this horror scenario, what might happen is keeping you back at the prices where you're underselling. Now, what do you do now? What do you do with this? First and foremost, remember that the best results, remember that the best results come from a place of you taking action despite fear and getting uncomfortable. So once you work through the belief of that and the subconscious work of that, and you decide to do it, there's going to be a time where it's going to be a first call, a first conversation with that first price. When I first offered my high ticket price, and I've done it consistently because I've raised prices consistently, my armpits was sweating and the heart was jumping out of my chest. I didn't feel just magically, come into a phone call and be like, yeah, it's $40,000 right now, right? I didn't feel like that. I felt like it was uncomfortable, but I've done the work when I was like, it's done, point blank. I'm not moving forward. We're moving backwards, I'm sorry, right? But I was uncomfortable. So that's the first step. Second step, remember, this is important. Remember that you are a vessel. It's not your work, really. It's not your idea, and it's not your creation, right? Things that we talk about in coach have been talked and designed and created and written and all the rest. It's been done over and over again, right? What you're doing is you're just channeling. You're channeling. You've been given a gift on this planet. And you're a vessel. You deliver. It's not for you. It's for you to deliver. So focus on creativity. Focus on delivering visibility. Focus on others, on the other side of the phone, of the screen, of the text message, if you close them on the text message. Not on how they would make you feel or how what you say would make them feel, because we already know that it's about them, not about you. In other words, stop being so selfish or so egocentric. Let people decide whether it is the thing to invest their time, money, and energy into. Granted, you got to learn how to lead that conversation powerfully, but that's just a tool. The decision is up to people. And so when you don't have the belief in yourself and your value and that it is working out for you, then what happens is that when this conversation happens, you cannot possibly hold the space for them because there's no holding space for yourself. And so it crumbles and you hear a no, right? Remember, your clients are free people with free will. You can't make financial decisions for them. Second, you are not a fraud. You are not a fraud If you come from your intention is within integrity, and I am gonna give my arm away, like I'm gonna give my arm away. There's a saying in Russian. I'm gonna give my arm away right now to tell you that you'll come from and your intention is within integrity, because you're good people. You're offering tremendous value to your clients, but ultimately it's their decision and choice to make the leap and to have their needs met or not. Your job is not of convincing. Your job is to hold the space powerfully. You cannot hold the space if your belief system is not aligned. So do not get into the too much of servitude mentality and rob your clients of opportunity to invest in themselves like they've actually never done before. It is opportunity for them to transform. It's not about your money. So the thing is that all of you are often so close to the work that you do. We're always so close to the work that we do. We cannot see the true value of it. And we're forgetting that our clients have not gone through the same training, teachings, and experiences that we have, right? We massively forget how valuable our work is. And that's why we're so scared to charge high ticket prices, because we forgot about the value. I did a big live yesterday about this piece particularly. Now, third, remember that you are the expert in your field. Your client is not, right? Your client does not know how to stop drinking, how to lose weight, how to grow business, how to become more spiritual, find the love of their life, get featured in the media. They just don't know how to do it. If they did, they would not even be reaching out. So remember that you're so close to the work that you do that you simply forget how valuable this work is. And if you don't stand behind your work with both feet, how can clients energetically trust you? If you don't stand behind your value and the value of your work, like, yes, this is how much it costs. Because yes, I'm providing the result that you really want. Now the question is, do you really want it? So if you don't trust in it, how can they trust you? So avoid selling yourself cheap, robbing your clients of an opportunity to get the highest value out of working with you, and then feel resentful or tired or overworked about working with them at prices that are not covering your needs and desires. Because if they're not covering your needs and desires, something is telling you that you're not valuable enough, not deserving, or not worthy, right? Now, and to excuse yourself from raising prices, you will always find good reasons. So these are the things that I heard from real people, right? From clients, from, again, people who speak to me at events, at masterminds. This is what I heard. Oh, my clients won't pay for that. They won't pay that much. Or people might need to just start out. Oh, they won't pay that much. Meanwhile, when I started out back in 2016, I paid $5,000 for a group program with like 0 private coaching, right? So people might need to start, they just won't pay that much. Yeah, right. Oh, I'm just starting out myself too. I can't charge that. I don't provide enough value. I had a client who worked for 6 months, never been coaching before, never officially been coaching before. Her startup price when we worked together was $25,000. So that's also not true. Right? Oh, my favorite one. I'm not a business coach, and only business coaches make lots of money. Right? So like one of my coaches said the other day, business coaches are trying to sell a program to another coach that will essentially tell you that you'll make more money when they don't have the money. Try to sell that, right? It's not that easy. So I'm not a business coach. Only business coaches make lots of money. Absolutely not true. I'm not too experienced or haven't coached lots of clients. Or my clients trust me and I've created a community and I'll be betraying them or leaving them behind if I raise prices, right? That's just the problem of belonging, or the problem of trying to convince to your people that you are in fact good, because you are like a Robin Hood. You're going to be with them. So if they're struggling, you're going to be struggling as well, right? That's just all limitation. So these types of thoughts create a bewildered expressions on your faces when I speak about high ticket prices. And I speak about things like charge $10,000 for your program, charge $50,000 for your program, charge $500,000 for your program, right? It creates feelings of doubt, disbelief, resistance, guilt, fear around high ticket offers. And then so we walk away, right? And we hide. So it's not the client who won't pay the price. It is you who doubt the value of your own work and who doubt essentially the value of yourself. So the value of what you do is priceless. There's a reason why retreat, high level, luxury retreat industry, coaching industry is considered to be one of the biggest developing industries in the next 10 to 20 years. Luxury, high-end retreats where you do all the transformation, all the rest of the things are already getting into $1 billion industry. So if you're thinking that people won't pay, you are wrong. You are wrong. And that's all the limiting beliefs. The value of what you do is priceless, and people are willing to pay, and they're capable of paying, and they're able to pay. So why do you continue to undervaluing and underselling yourself? Your services and transformations you bring to this world. And the last thing before we move on, you cannot believe your thoughts or feelings caused by those thoughts, because remember that when you have a limited subconscious, your subconscious dictates the belief dictates the thought dictates the feeling, right? So all of the justifications and the fears are all a product of a limiting belief. So the powerful mindset shift is that you are in control of your mindset and beliefs. You just got to make the decision to work on it. So what would you rather choose to believe instead of undervaluing yourself? Right? Would you rather choose to believe that I'm not good, I'm not valuable enough, hence my work is not good and valuable enough, and then feel things like stuckness, frustration, doubt, guilt, self-blame, borderline depression, anxiety, right? Or would you rather choose the opposite? Like, I believe that there are plenty of people who will pay me premium prices. Plenty. There's 7 billion people on this planet. My work is valuable and needed in this world, and people are willing to pay for it. I am valuable. I attract high-ticket dream clients with ease. The work that I do is priceless, priceless. Any price tag would be a steal for that work. So remember, the universe is only reflecting to you what you believe. It doesn't work against you. It's just reflecting to you what you believe. And your results don't lie. Your results never lie. So change your beliefs, change your outcomes. Right? So think about an example. When I was writing this mastermind, I texted my one-on-one client, just texted her, and I re-signed up her back for 9 sessions, and she paid me $12,000 in full back then for the same program that she's already done, right? So for the same program that I've already done, we didn't talk about it. I didn't sell her on that, on anything like that. For the same program, I texted her, I said 9 sessions in a message. And she said, okay, and she paid me in full right there and then. Why? Because I believe, I wear that crown, right? I stand behind it. There's no doubt in it. So first you want to decide that this will work. Otherwise, it's pointless. And the last thing is, I just want to get into some pointers of why high ticket is better than any other strategy out there, right? It's the oldest strategy in the world. First, you don't need to worry about signing up a ton of people. Like, breathe out right now. How easy it is to get 1 at 5,000 or 10,000, that 5 at 2,000, or 2 at 100,000, that's 6 at 30,000, right? Depending on where you are. It's always easier to find less people. You don't get resentful because you charge what you need to thrive and live your life how you want to. You don't get burned out, overwhelmed, or stressed because you don't have a gazillion of people to work with, and you don't have to find a gazillion of people to work with, right? Low tickets come with low engagement, low commitment, and mediocre results. I get this. I've also done low ticket programs. I've done this, but there's just a reason. You just can't do that. There's something in the best work that there's out there, right, that get people results. Plus, if you're overworked, tired, frustrated, and worried about the money, so your work is definitely not high end, right? In that space, you're actually repelling your potential high-ticket clients because they don't want all of those feelings that are going on for you. Where am I going to get the new one? How am I going to do all of this? Like, people are skimming through you. They don't see you because their energy is not of a premium energy, right? And if you're charging little, spend on your business a lot, it takes lots of resources to attract that client. The whole excitement of getting the client just disappears because you'd rather not. It makes no difference to your overall life. After a while, you start resenting your clients, you start resenting your business altogether, or you get an adrenal fatigue. I've seen both, right? It stalls any sort of momentum in building your business, and you get stuck. I mean, unless you just want to work, unless you just want to live for work, I don't know why you would not be doing the high ticket, right? Here's an example. How many of you would like 50K or 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K a month, right? And just sit down and calculate how many clients you actually need to get there with high ticket offers. How much time, effort, and money, right? It's tough to find 10, but it's much easier to find 3. You have to do a lot of marketing, get lots of leads, make sure that leads are qualified leads, time to enroll these clients, phone calls, admin work to support clients for this particular income of months. With high ticket offers, you just need a handful of people and you're all set. And then everybody's enjoying the work. Right? And if you suddenly thought, I could never get to that number, stay tuned. We've got that covered as well. Okay. So this was the mindset number 1. And I promise that after the mindset number 1, because this is the biggest one, this is the biggest one to cover and all the things that go along with it, I'm going to share the program and then I'm going to move along to mindset number 2 now, mindset number 3, really important. So I'll just share the screen really fast so that you can see. I want you to see it because it's really pretty. Okie dokie. Okay, here's the sharing of the screen. So why I wanted to share this particular program. So the program is called Legendary Coach. It's actually a 4-month mastermind experience for coaches who want to take their business to 10K plus consistent monthly income. Enroll high ticket clients with confidence, all while working less and doing the things they love most. How did this come about? This came about after I have attended a gazillion of business coaches, high-level business coaches, high-level mastermind retreats, high-level mastermind programs as well. And I realized that I need to be enrolled in 3 or 4 or 5 different programs to get the results that I needed in my business. Why? Because none of them were actually doing the work that I do with clients. None of them covered the beliefs work. They did cover the mindset, but the mindset is cognitive work. And the mindset itself is not going to resolve the underlying blocking issues, their beliefs. So I sat down and I asked my own clients, what is missing? And when I started getting clients in my previous program, the commonality of those clients was that I've been to multiple business programs. I've been to multiple business coaches. I've been in business for several years, or I have begun 6 months ago. I've invested in previous programs, but I'm not getting the result that I want. Right? I'm not getting the results that I want because I feel stuck. And when I start asking them, where do you feel stuck? What's missing? Is that piece. As soon as we worked on some kind of a beliefs work, my father, made some kind of comment when I was little. And then I felt like I did something wrong. I felt like I did the wrong work. And I felt like I had to work super hard and I had to redo the entire work because the dad was just in a bad mood. And then the whole decision that she was making about her life further on is that she pretty much sucks. Or she needs to struggle or work hard. Once you work through that, suddenly the next day, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just landed my first ever high ticket client. That's what I started seeing. And I realized what we're missing is a place where both worlds can actually exist. When you can work on business, when you can work on high ticket offers, and when you can work on your beliefs so that you can actually take the actions, apply the actions, and get the results. That's what was missing. So this was born. This was channeled, okay? So in the Legendary Coach Mastermind, it's a 4-month mastermind experience for coaches just like you. If you want to make 10K plus consistent monthly income or more. There's some ladies in their mastermind right now whose goal is $75,000 a year, right? So it's a little lower than that, but so what? Some clients, some ladies have a bigger goal in the mastermind. That's okay. Enroll clients at high ticket prices. So my high ticket price pitch today worked for you, right? So you understand that, yes, you want to actually charge more than you're charging right now. And by high ticket, I mean anywhere 3,000 and up, right? You want to work less than 25 hours per week because you have family, you actually don't want to work that much, you want to do volunteer work, whatever that is. You don't want to work nonstop. You just don't. It's not for you. You don't like that. You want to create your own premium offer. You want to sit down and say, okay, great. I want to charge premium. I want to create an offer that's lights my soul on fire. I want to create something that's amazing. It doesn't have to take a long time, by the way. We'll teach you that. If you want to attract clients who are willing, able to pay for your services, committed clients, action risk takers, high driven, willing to experiment, ready for up leveling. If you want to attract these people, that's for you. And then you want to learn how to lead a phone or message conversation that leads to a yes from your ideal client, right? So not just closing, not just your regular breakthrough sessions or your sales call where you get a no, oh, let me think about it. I need to speak to my husband about it. I'm not sure, or all the rest of the things. You'll learn how to lead a conversation, a powerful conversation that will in itself be a breakthrough for a client. And they would just say, let's go, let's work together. And that creates a committed client who then starts working with you and don't back down and don't back out either because you've done the work through that conversation. Super important, right? So this, I'm going to skip this because I'm just explaining where you are right now in your business, right? If you're pissed off, it makes you feel overwhelmed, confused, and stressed because you know in your heart you're a very capable, brilliant, high-achieving woman, but things are just not working out. And you don't know why, or you just want to do more. I had a call the other day. She just said, I just want more. I want my business to be further. I want more money, and I want that. And this seems like the best strategy. And I congratulated her because it is, right? I've already told you who I am, so I'm going to skip that story. It's very similar. Here I'm telling you that if I did it, so you can absolutely do it too. And I wholeheartedly believe this. So what's going to happen in this jam-packed mastermind? I will show you how. We're going to work through business strategy, basically taking the guesswork out of entrepreneurship and learning the exact steps to grow your coaching business. No more, what do I do? What marketing this? What's that? What's this? What's that? I don't know what I'm doing today. I wake up and I have no idea what my to-do list is or what my goals are at all. Out of the window. We're going to take care of that. Mindset work. We're going to develop a high-level entrepreneurship money mindset, an unbreakable and shakable belief in your abilities to charge premium prices and sign a client. Super important. That's the whole mastermind is about it, right? We're going to do subconscious beliefs work. I'm not going to go around it. It's exactly what I said today in the masterclass. Oh, I'm the unworthy, not good enough, not valuable, not capable, all of that out of the window. We're going to work through that. We're going to see and figure out how to uncover who your ideal client is and then how to powerfully and authentically connect with them. Because if you don't, nobody can see you. Nobody will sign up. How to connect with them online or offline so you can convert them into a paying client. High ticket offers business model. So we're going to take the whole business model. We're going to take actually the business strategy, right? There's got to be a business strategy. We're going to take at that. How does the high ticket business model looks like based upon your desires? Super important. So it's personalized. We're going to take a look at personal brand that aligns with it. Sales, so how to sell authentically, welcome in 10K months and even 10K days if you want to, without being salesy, how to handle money objections like a pro over a phone, over message, no problem. If you dreaded conversation, you'd love them now. And expertise, so become a recognized expert and a thought leader in your field. So how to position yourself, not like a peer, because when you're being seen as a peer, people don't want to work with you. If you're being seen as an authority, people want to work with you. You'll get 3 mentors within the mastermind. Myself, coaching you live, a business strategist, and a transformational beliefs coach. I'm a transformational beliefs coach, but you also get another transformational beliefs coach, right? Here I go just through the weeks. On week 1, we're going to do prep and mindset, setting you up for inevitable success. In week 2, we're going to go through letting go of failure or fear of success, which is quite common in entrepreneurship. Week 3, we're going to take a look at business strategy, attracting committed action and risk taking and ready to up level client, all the rest of the things. Week 4, mindset. We're getting out of scarcity mode and developing a powerful multiple six-figure money mindset. Super important. So we're going to dive into beliefs in there. Business strategy, mapping out your business model based on high ticket offers. Mindset, powerfully stepping into your coaching power. You can also see that there says expert masterclass, expert masterclass. So we're going to look at client attraction strategy, sharing your story as a client attraction strategy, powerful enrollment skills, high ticket offers, high ticket offer mindset, update another one, multiple objection trainings, etc., etc., etc. And finally, we're going to have a 3-day transformational live retreat with me. It's going to happen in LA in January. 3 days of retreat with me and your mastermind sisters, which is of insane value, right? So the program is only for you if you're an action taker who's ready to drop the excuses and grow your business so that you can have the freedom you desire. If you are not ready, or if you're still feeling like I can't do this, it's not really the right thing, I've already all done, this is not the program for you. We're very adamant about getting people in who are highly motivated, high achievers. I'm like that. And we don't want Debbie Downers in the group. We want people who are committed, who committed to the work, do the work, and you will absolutely get the results, right? So the expert mastermind, besides that, you get access to 4 online live masterclasses with myself. Once more time, my one-on-one work is $250,000. 4 online masterclasses with business strategists, 8 online live group sessions with a transformational coach, our signature legendary coach course, exclusive Facebook community, weekly support from our legendary coach community manager, bi-weekly live masterclasses from high-level experts. So to put a cherry on top, I also realized that one of the best things that I was ever given at my high-level retreats or high-level masterminds that I attend or part of is the fact that we get to learn from women who have made it in the business. Not just like, oh, here's this girl, I don't know who she is, but she's going to teach you. From actual people who've had success or have successful businesses. And I have these people because I am a part of high-level masterminds. So I've invited high-level experts on marketing, high-level experts on LinkedIn, on trauma work, high-level experts on Facebook ads, and all the rest of the things based on the needs of the clients. So these people will take their time off their business and come in and teach you live, like invaluable. You just don't get these things. You just don't get these things unless you pay these people, right? Our archive of trainings, recorded sessions with myself, should you need them. And then we have a pay in full bonus, of course. If you decide to pay in full and join us, you'll get the transformational 3-day retreat in LA with myself alongside high-level experts for free. My private retreats are valued at $25,000. So you just buy your plane ticket and then you fly to LA and you stay at the house with us at the retreat. And it is absolutely complimentary should you decide to pay in full. And then of course, bonuses like activation meditations of abundance, success, of money meditation, etc. Right? I'm talking about high-level successful multiple six-figure entrepreneurs and experts who will be teaching you. And then I'm just telling you, give yourself a chance to take the guesswork out of entrepreneurship and know exactly what to do in your business. I don't know how important, it's such a peace of mind when you know what to do. When somebody's guiding you and giving you support and you know exactly what to do. It's super powerful. High-level premium mindset that will help you get your first 10K months and days. Travel the world, help people to transform, do all the things that you love, right? Build your own epic high-ticket offer. Be excited about what you're selling. Be excited about what you teach and be excited about the work that you do. Because if you're excited, people are excited about it. Attract your dream clients. It's one thing to have a client. It's another thing to have a client that you go, oh my God, I can't believe I get to work with you. Oh my God, you energize me. That's a different level of clientele, right? Join me, join your fellow female coaches, multiple 6-figure and 7-figure successful experts in their fields. Keep the momentum going. You're meant to be in the top 1%. There's a reason why 99% of coaches don't ever make it to $100,000. Let's not be in the 99%, please. Let's be the 1%, okay? So here are amazing testimonials from my amazing clients, and you can take a look at the other testimonials of signing, making $6,602 a month, every month, signing up high-level clients, getting into groups, etc. You can just get the link and take a look at it now. So we have 4 spots taken And we are looking for amazing action takers. Now, this is not a mastermind where you just go and pay for it. You don't. This is to book your session. So if you want this is an opportunity to click here, book your session, and have a conversation with me to see whether this is something that fits you and whether this is something that fits us as well, right? So we're going to take a look at whether this is a mutually good fit for both of us. That's it. Let me stop the share. Okay, stop sharing. All right, there it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link so that you can take a look at that. And should you decide to take action right now, don't let me stop you. All right, so I think you should see this right now. So if you saw this right now, click on the link, book the discovery session. I don't know what it's called, an interview session. Book the interview session. You'll have a conversation with me. We'll sit down and decide. We'll see where you are in the business, where you want to go in the business, what have you created so far, and see whether this is a logical step for you forward or not, right? That's what it is. We're doing the interviews, and the doors are closing on Wednesday for this, and they won't open at least for another 4 months. So let's move on now to our mindset shift number 2. And then I'll give you an opportunity to ask me questions as well, should you have any. All right, so mindset shift number 2. I don't want to leave my clients behind, or I'm doing such important work that I have to help them, and I don't want to be a selfish person. And we're moving to a mindset, I can only leave people where they are. And it's their choice to move forward or not, right? And mindset number 2, I can have the business that I want, and the income that I want, and the impact that I want, and the freedom that I want. So 2 mindsets. First, we can only leave people where they are, and I can have the business and income and impact and freedom that I want. They're not mutually exclusive. So why are you in the negative if you're in the negative, right? We're trying to be liked by our audiences. So you are in a place where I don't want to leave my clients behind. I'm doing such an important work. I have to help them. I don't want to be the selfish person. Why? Because you're trying to be liked by your audience, your mom, your friends, and the whole wide world. And it's sabotaging your true success. Now, how does it look like? So the way that it looks like, if you are in this place within this belief, is you watch what you say. You're very polite. You're so nice. And you keep saying, thinking, or discussing how good of a mission you have and how not to leave anyone behind. Everybody likes you. Everybody wants a piece of you. Everybody wants to work with you. But it comes down at your own expense. So you just give until you no longer can, right? So for some of you, to be safe, you don't get too visible, you don't get too vulnerable, or you don't speak the truth. It would be too bold, too confronting, too provoking, and you will just face the judgment of the selfish, egocentric person and not the healer, not the good girl, right? As a result, you don't feel confident to charge more. So you undercharge in order to avoid scrutiny. Now, let me know if that resonates. And the second scenario, everyone likes you, but doesn't love you and doesn't want to buy from you, right? So people may be commenting on your post, they may be liking your post, they may be saying, oh my gosh, you're amazing, you're doing this, you're doing that, like they like you, but then they go and they buy from someone else. So you lower your prices to get approved by people, to say, okay, well, that's not working. How about I lower my price? Maybe that's how you get in, right? And lots of you won't like what I'm saying, but it's almost like, yes, come work with me. I'm legit. My program works. I give results. So it's like you've got to convince people instead of inspire and empower them to take action. It feels like a desperation or a martyr syndrome, right? You know and feel like you need to work more to make a true impact, but you feel deeply wrong charging more. So you over-deliver, you have no boundaries, you please, and you overwork as well, 100%. All right. So these are the people who like wake up and stare at their phones right away. So you all feel tired. You're the person whose calendar is full, perhaps overly full with work, not so much with clients. You probably don't have a problem with attracting and signing clients, but your bank account is empty or not even close enough to be where it could potentially be. In social media or in your circles, you look like a superstar, but in real life, there's a lot of fear and a lot of hard work. Why are you in this place? Simply put, you've probably been deeply concentrated, for lack of a better word, on being unworthy or bad. You're like, well, how am I concentrated on being unworthy or bad, right? Somehow you made money equal your worth. Somehow the amount of work you feel equal your worth, right? So if you've ever heard people say, or if you ever caught yourself saying or reading it and like nodding to the phrase that says, charge your worth, right? Charge what you're worth. Also, how you made a conclusion about what people can spend and how much they should spend on your services, then you decided that you're making decision about people's money decisions, right? You are not charging your worth. You're charging what your services are worth. Right? And when you're making decisions about people's money decisions, then we decide that we need to work more and get more people so that we can earn more to make a bigger impact, instead of making more money, having more free time, and making your impact that way. Because with more money and more free time, you can actually make a bigger impact. And funny enough, people who already make a lot of money and whose security and everything else is covered, they don't think that they can make impact by working with a lot of people. They think that they need to step out of the business a little bit more and have the money to make a bigger impact with their thought leadership or however else they want to. And of course, you feel guilty about leaving people behind or charging too much, quote unquote, because you were just like them not a long time ago. And you just really, 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 really want to help and make this world a better place, yes? But what you really want is their approval. And what you really want is to belong, to fit in almost. And what you don't want is the judgment. Now, how could you possibly be such an asshole to charge that much, right? Because then you'll be disapproved. Then you won't fit in. Then you won't be liked. Then you will be judged. Then you won't be approved. And that hurts. And I get that. I felt that, so I get that. But I just wanted to let you know so that you can understand what this is. So what if your own worth had nothing to do with your services? What if it was impossible to leave anyone behind? What if you could only leave them where they are? And you can only make an invitation, and it was their choice to either grow with you or not. You see, you're not God. So you can't make people do anything. Understand that money is energy. People will pay you for the ultimate result that they need. And energy as itself is irrelevant of whether you're a good person or a bad person, or perceived as a good person as a bad person. Money is energy. And all it replies to is whether you are energetically feeling like you deserving of it and worthy of it or not. It has nothing to do with you're good or bad, leave people behind or not. Realize that you can have both the lifestyle and business, and it all boils down to you being worthy of what you want in the way that you want it. And it's going to be difficult to stay within this mindset. That's why this work is so important. That's why I created this course. It's difficult because you're going against the grain. You're going against the status quo. And the status quo is you've got to work hard. You've got to hustle. You've got to sacrifice. That's the status quo. So it's hard to create the lifestyle and the business that you want if you don't have the necessary support of people who will tell you, yes, it is possible. Of course, it is possible. Look, we're all doing that, right? So just imagine creating the offer of your dreams, bringing all parts of you to that offer, all of your gifts, all of your magic, all of your skills, all of your talents, leaving no part of you behind. Imagine being paid so well for what you do. It stretches your ability to receive. And then you begin to receive even more, because money is just like, yes, the energy. Yes, I love this. You're excited. You're excited about the program. You're excited about what you do. You're excited about your life. I'm going to give you more. Imagine working with the best clients, easy, committed, getting results, super appreciative, telling everybody about what you do. We all know these people. We all know these coaches who are like that. Pricing it in a way that to have you super excited to have it delivered. Like super excited to have it. It's like a child in a sandbox. And when we're all within this energy, things just happen. Things just happen. So being of service doesn't mean being exhausted. Doesn't mean being stressed out. Doesn't mean being overworked. Being of service doesn't mean sacrifice. Being of service doesn't mean struggle financially. That means wanting to be liked, wanting to be approved of, and feeling unworthy. And money making and being of service are not mutually exclusive. Money making is not a bad thing. Money doesn't make you a bad person. Money is like a magnifying glass. If you're a good person, you'll do more good. If you're a bad person, you'll do more bad things. And hear me out here, because this is important to deliver to the masses too. More of good people need to be financially successful so that you can actually change this world, because you can really make an impact when you are abundant. And you cannot make an impact when you're not abundant. You'll be worried and preoccupied too much about your safety, security, and people and basic needs. So we feel like we need to be good serving people. But to make this work, to make this coaching world in the current world, you'll have to step up. To make your business work, you'll have to step up to the world and understand it's a materialistic world. And we've got to play the game to change the game. You cannot change the big game if you just decide to play a small game over here on the side. You can't do that. So rather than trying to save people, drag them along, and serve at lower prices, make more money, donate more money to the causes you actually care about, and make a change this way. Take care of yourself first in the most abundant way, and then take care of the rest. You don't have to take the vow of poverty or just enough to be good or to do good in this world. And you cannot change this world just by doing the work yourself. It is impossible to get to the goals and the places where you want to get without having the support, without having the community, without working on your beliefs. It's just impossible. Okay? That's just, again, the unworthy belief playing out. How can I be worthy? How can I be unworthy at the same time and invest in myself and allow myself to get support and receive support and have a change, right? So that was money mindset number 2. You cannot leave people behind. You can only leave them where they are. And if you stand up and start playing a bigger game, then you allow them to see what's possible and they'll want to go further. And some of they will not. And it's their journey. It's their soul's journey on this planet, right? You're not God. Mindset number 3. And let me know if that resonates, by the way, if that's something. Thanks, Lilia. You're welcome. Let me know if that resonates, Monica. If that's something that kind of hit some buttons over there. So finally, last one, mindset number 3. From I don't think I can deliver the result that I promise in the high ticket offer. Quite often I hear this from my clients. I don't think I can deliver. If I do this high ticket premium offer, I don't think I can I actually deliver what I promise? Do I need to know more? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do? AKA what's happening is that you are kind of believing that you're scamming people. Right? Go back to the bad person. How does it look like? Like saying, well, okay, I'll double, triple, quadruple my prices right now, right? I'm going to watch this webinar. I'm going to double, triple, quadruple my prices, but no one is attracted to it. No one is buying it. So just because you did this, just because you go ahead and you did this without doing the work, doesn't mean that you've actually got a high ticket offer. There are rules to creating a high ticket package. There are rules to creating a premium offer, right? And by the way, one of the things that clients quite often ask, like, oh, I don't have, like, what if I've never had a proven system or proven this? Does that mean that I cannot sell a premium offer? No, it just means that you cannot put the proven word into the copy itself. But if you know and understand, if you work with clients and understand that you deliver results and you've done this work, then you can, you absolutely can, right? So there is a place for how in business. There's a place for, this is how you create the high ticket offers. This is how you lead the conversation. This is how you market it. This is how you attract clients. This is the how, right? There is a place for the how and the tools and the offer. But you can't do the internal work when you focus on the how or worry about the how, right? Be connected to the why you want it rather than the how you want it, right? Let me tell you about what I thought about how am I ever going to charge $40,000 or $250,000, right? Let me tell you, when I sat down, I said, okay, this is how I'm going to do that. This is how the program, blah, 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 blah. This is how it's going to be designed. That when it actually happened after I've done the transformational work, the how it came about was very different to what I planned as a business strategy, completely different, right? When you believe in your gift and you stand in the power of that, you take care of all the subconscious work. When you stand behind your offer, then, like the authority, the queen of your craft, right? The clients will buy, right? Right now, if you go out there and you don't do the necessary work and you're going to raise your prices and things are not working out, that means that right now they might be treating you as peers, right? As like you're equal on that level, but you're not. Right? You're not, because you need to be positioned as an authority, and that is all energetical. Besides the right way you write things and whatnot, it's all energetical. I know that these things work. I know that this is they're valued at what their true value is. I know that it will work. And when you stand in that, people buy. They get convinced. It's that confidence, right? And then also remember then, when you do your work with people, it goes back to the value of your product. When you do the work with people, remember that the value that you provide is not going to only result in one area of their lives. It'll have a trickle-down effect. It'll change everything else in their life, right? Again, what's the cost of them not having the money in their life if you're coaching on money? What about health if you're coaching on health? What about love? What about business? What about connection, spirituality? What about that? Depending on what it is that you're coaching on, right? Communicating the value that you offer in the right way, being clear on the niche, being clear on the marketing, sitting down and writing down the value, packaging it all in a way that people instantly feel the value is tremendous as well, right? And then having a cemented belief that you're delivering exactly what you're supposed to, and it's priceless, right? That's the inner work again. Can I deliver the result that I promised that I would? Is all back to the value. And the last thing that I want to say within this particular thing is, if you've been a part of a program or you hired a coach who didn't deliver, because I definitely have, 100%, I definitely have, right? If you've seen bad coaches out there, and I've seen people coming to me and be like, oh my gosh, I've invested in these people and they told me that they were going to do these videos and they're never done. I paid this person and they never sent me the course. They never showed up. Like, there are stories like that. Somebody else should take your money and never even deliver anything, let alone, do the work. So if you've seen bad coaches out there, and if you had experienced bad coaching out there, And I've seen and had and paid those. Don't let other people's lack of ethics devalue you. You're not them. And it's time to remember that. Because right now, if you've experienced that, what you're trying to do is just try not to be them. I just try not to be them. And then you go and you try to sell with that energy and package everything with that energy. And it's like, I wish I hope that I can deliver. I hope that it's good so that I don't have to be them. That's back to being judged, being scared of being judged. That's back to, if I'm scared of being judged, and what's up with my intrinsic value and worthiness? Just because you've got burned once or twice or 3 times. I got burned 3 times, right? So can you deliver the value? It's all about sitting down and designing the package in the way that it will feel good, and wearing that crown, stepping into that confidence, right? How do I get that confidence? And the fact that I don't have to be responsible of others' lacks of ethics. I got to be responsible for my own things. And as long as I'm coming from a good place, and as long as I know that I'm excited about this program, and as long as I'm calling in the right people, people will get results if they do the work, right? Because remember, it's a symbiosis. You give the tools, client act upon them, and it's their choice to act or not. And then they get results based on the actions that they take. Does that make sense? I hope that it does. So let me give you a quick example and we can wrap up. You can ask questions. So one of the biggest examples that I always give, because I thought it was such a great, vivid example. So when we did this work with one of the clients, she was charging back then $7,500 to work with her, right? So one-on-one was $7,500. And she was having very hard time attracting people. She was having hard time getting people on the phone and getting them to say yes at the price that where she had. So there was a lot of like, I don't know. I mean, and she really wanted a 10K months, then she wanted a 20K month. So it was like, I don't know if I can meet this. I don't know, this is not working out. People are not signing up and all the rest of the things. So when we did the digging deeper and we did the mindset shifts and we did the beliefs, what ended up happening was a story came up, and the story was about her father. So her father was an entrepreneur his entire life, and he worked tirelessly. Like he worked 100 hours a week. She as a child never saw her father. And so her father, and then her sister's an entrepreneur. And so like the family pattern is work, let's go, let's do it. So when we did the deep work, what came out to be was that if I raise prices right now, which I want to do, but I'm scared, if I do that, and then I attract people, and then I make all this money, then what the subconscious fear was, I will no longer belong to my family because my father would think of me as a scammer, as a bad person, because I made so much money easily while he struggled all his life, right? So there was a subconscious, what we call contract in between her and her father. She felt bad. She couldn't explain that, but she felt bad. So in her business, she was overworking, tiring herself, overwhelming, like nonstop work, and she could barely break it. Right? She wasn't making her $10,000 months. Her husband was very unhappy. She was exhausted. Her body was hurting her. But she couldn't let go of that because of that story, right? What would my father say? My father would think of me as as that lazy person, as that scamming people. What do you mean you get so much money on dude? What? Nothing? So once that story was worked through in one session, once that story was worked on, that client doubled her prices. So she was charging $15,000. A true story. We had her record that and explain that to us. She started charging $15,000. And then the next 10 days, magically, to the same community. She didn't do any marketing, any new strategies, nothing like that. Same community of people that she was calling the day before. She went in, she did the live. She scheduled breakthrough sessions, and she signed up 5 clients in a matter of 10 days. She made $75,000 in a matter of 10 days while traveling through Europe. True story. Another true story. When a client came into me after 3 years being a coach, having done all type of business trainings from the famous guys as well, from the top of the industry guys as well, right? when we had a conversation, she was ready to step down. That's it. She was ready to move away from coaching, stop doing coaching. She was making here and there, you know, $3,000 here, $2,000 there, $5,000 here, kind of like inconsistent type of thing, right? She wanted to charge more. So one of the first conversations that we had, like, I want to charge more, but I barely have any clients right now. Like, I barely can, you know, keep up with what I do right now. So we decided to do the group. So she joined us. She did the group, and she was the one who the first month made the biggest, almost $7,000 from 2 clients, because she raised her prices to 5,000, signed up and client instantly. And when she did that, she's like, you know what? Actually, I think like I want to charge 7, and she started charging 7. So now the business started, like, she changed her niche. The business started flowing. People started coming to her. She started having conversation, signing clients left and right easily. Why? Because we worked through because first and foremost, we designed the high ticket package for her, switched the niche for her, right? She started actually attracting her clients when she stepped into her power. And then it was a simple story. She comes from a European, we also have her on video. She comes from a European family with a mother who never had enough. She was a single mother. So her entire pattern was very simple. I got to struggle. I've struggled my entire childhood. My mother struggled her entire life. I've got to struggle. So once we remove the struggle, no need to go do any Facebook ads, anything like this. Same community, same people, reached out, did some Facebook lives, did a challenge, and people started coming to her, and she started signing people up with ease. So these things are all true scenarios, true testimonials. We have a lot more of people who have done the work simultaneously and how easy shifts can be, right? So this is what I'm inviting you to consider. This is what I'm inviting you to explore. This is what I'm inviting you to join us within the Legendary Coach, because it is a program that will cover both of those things, all of these things. And it is a program for someone who, because you're just ready to step up. You're ready to up level. You're ready to step up. You're ready to become legendary. You're ready to become legendary. You know you're meant for more, and you don't want to play small anymore. You're done with that. How do I know? Because I've been in this place. Okay. That is it for today. Time for questions, and I have 10 minutes. So Monica, if you have any questions, type them up, and I am going to be ready to respond. If you have any. If you don't, that's fine too, but I'll wait. I'll wait. If you have any questions about the Legendary Coach, about the mastermind, about anything else. And you're welcome. Since you're still live, I'm assuming that you're typing a question. I'm just going to assume that you're typing a question since you're still live. And I have a client call in 10 minutes. I think I'm just going to probably stop recording this.